Hello, welcome everybody to the Edmonds Racing preview show where Toby and Trent take us through their runners for the weekend. It's a big weekend, Toby. The Queensland Winter Carnival comes to our home track here at the Gold Coast for a Saturday meeting. And mate, there's got to be something of a home track advantage or something for our runners looking towards Saturday.
Yeah, correct, Bruce. You know, we target these meetings especially for our because it's our home track. We're very passionate about where we train and love to figure in the bigger race days here. So we do try and have our horses as cherry ripe as we can for these meetings. Unfortunately, this meeting is normally a Hollandale Stakes meeting, and it's normally one of the big feature days. Unfortunately, we've got no crowd this year, so it'll be a bit like Warrnambool was for those guys last week, where I see Henry Dwyer quoted. He won a race there. Henry Dwyer quoted saying, "Feels like I'm at the Barra Trials," and it is like that. That's what it's like at the moment. So, yeah, right. You know, we've got a couple of runners in group races there and listed races on Saturday, and it'll be interesting. Hope they can get the job done, but we do have an advantage. Our horses here trained on this track. It's a bit of a horses for courses track, and they either handle it or they don't. So hopefully, we know most of ours go around there and they handle it well. You know, so they're ready to go.
Was that what it was like at last weekend, Toad, with Vanna Girl winning the Doom Guineas? Like, how did that feel?
No, great. She, you know, I've got to be honest, our horses go to Doom and they perform. We struggle at Eagle Farm, but most of the other tracks they go to, they perform, except Toowoomba and Eagle Farm. So there are two bogey tracks. But going to Doom last week, being, you know, back in with the other zone and with the other trainers, it was good to knock that race over. And going forward, hopefully everything gets back to normality sooner rather than later.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you guys are interesting. You guys are missing the crowds as much as the crowds are missing, you know, being at the races. It's a very interesting sort of take on that. Trent, speaking of Vanna Girl, mate, she brought up the 110. The stable record is, of course, 110 winners in the season. You've achieved that last weekend with Vanna Girl, and mate, with 20 odd sort of runners looking likely to start this weekend, you'd like to think we can knock off the 110. How many sort of winners are you going to be happy with, satisfied with this weekend, mate?
Yeah, it'd be good if we could. That would be fantastic, and we can hopefully just power past it. How many winners? Well, I'd just be happy with one to start with, and then we can, as many as we can, exactly. You know, we need a lot of luck in these bigger meetings as well. It's always very hard, some really good competition. So certainly not big-headed in any way about it. We just need a little bit of luck, and hopefully we get some.
So true, guys. I was looking through the fields, and I just thought to myself, you've got so many live chances, but they're such big competitive races and competitive fields, and let's just hope that little bit of home track advantage plays in our favour, and we can get a few more than just get plenty of winners this weekend. That'll be great. Before we head into sort of the runner by runner analysis team, let's just quickly give a shout out to our owners. Listen, if you got a horse running this weekend, team, please touch base with Clint Shipsey at Sportsbet. The deals they're doing for owners on our horses are just unbelievable. So if you've got a runner and you own a runner in our stable that runs this weekend, please make sure you contact Clint. He will set you up with an account. And you can reap the rewards from there. So I would strongly advise you do that. I'm having a bit of luck with my Sportsbet account as we speak, especially with the plethora of runners and winners that the guys are having in recent times. All right, guys, let's go to the Sunshine Coast, our first meeting that we'll preview. It's Friday night. You've got 9 acceptances across 5 races there. It's a good 4. In race 1, we have a maiden 1,200 metres. Now, I'll just say there are quite a few horses this weekend that are accepted in 2 or 3 races. So for all the viewers out there, you know, listen carefully. The guys will sort of try and point in the right direction of where we might go, where we might not go. But there are still a few horses here that are undecided in terms of where they will line up at the end of the day. It'll come down to scratchings and also how they draw come acceptance time for Ipswich on Sunday, which happens later today. Race 1, maiden 1,200 metres, Toad, Global Citizen. He's number 3 in the 2K colours. Robbie Frad rides him now. He's just been beaten his first two starts. I would have thought coming here that wherever he was going to go third up, he was immoral. But it's a tricky enough little draw, and there's a couple of interesting sort of runners in this race.
Yeah, so he just getting fit. I was surprised he got beat the other day. To be truthful, I thought if I had to be critical, I thought Robbie probably should have come off the fence, getting to the corner. He stayed in on the fence, and we got run down late. But that was 2 weeks ago. This horse improved markedly. He's getting fitter and fitter all the time. He's a gross colt that's taken us forever to get him to the races, and I think I've touched on that before. But these last couple of weeks, I've seen work Tuesday morning, work beautifully, and he's fit and ready to go. The barrier draw is a bit sticky from 10. Our theory on the Sunshine Coast track is the barriers aren't as important at that track because of the beautiful big wide track it is. But then again, you can still get caught deep, and he's in at Ipswich as well, which we are accepting with. So we're still going to decide whether we run. But whichever race we run in, I'm quite confident we can win. We probably just need to drill down on this map in race one and make sure we're going to get the right run to decide whether we go there or Ipswich. But whichever race we run in, he'll be very, very hard to beat.
Yeah, love it. Third up, fitter, and only just been rolled his first two starts. So it's a good winning chance. Wherever the guys decide to go, make sure you follow him because obviously the guys, what I love about you guys, you sort of keep it pretty flexible right until the death, just to make sure you pick the right race and give yourself every chance of winning. So good luck.
We waited right till about 7:28 on last Friday morning for was that horse's name?
The Archer Park Potraduro.
Potraduro, yeah. So we were, left it right till the death to make, and we made the right call, thank God. So pretty sure we still would have run well at Doomben, but we decided that went the right way. So we got that advantage of having these guys in the background and helping us and doing all the form for us and giving us the right push.
And taking it right up to scratchings and seeing exactly where you're going to end up in the run post scratching. So yeah, so important, good stuff. All right, race 4 as a benchmark, 1,400 metres. Trent, we have Maslow going around there with Matty McGillivray engaged. He's also accepted for the Gold Coast. Please take note, viewers. Super honest, this horse, mate, up to 1,400 metres here. And something about the Sunshine Coast track, he's had one run there for one win, and he has drawn to get the run of the race.
Yeah, that's right. Still deliberating on whether or not we will go there tomorrow or the Class 6 1,200 at the Gold Coast the day after. Either way we go, he's going to be competitive. You know what you get with the horse. He's just super honest, tries his guts out every time, and that's all you can ask for. So I think he's drawn fairly softly in both venues, so it looks like he's just going to get a pretty charmed run to my eye. Midfield or just further forward midfield, stalking the speed hopefully, and strong late. It's going super, and I like him third up.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Maslow, keep an eye on him either track. Race 5, cutest 3-year-old over 1,400 metres. Scout Brad Stewart on drawn 6, 1,400 metres. He's third up at I think at his distance that you guys think he performs his best at. I'd say he's got some of the best form lines in this race, but it's a competitive little field, but you'd expect him to be very competitive, Tobe.
Yeah, he got back out of it the other day. This horse is better off banged up on the speed, and he's a tough and hardened competitor who you would have seen in the Magic Million Gold Coast Guineas, who ran super like he was only beaten a few lengths behind the good horse of David Van Dyke's. I think a good rider change for this horse is Brad Stewart. Good, strong, aggressive rider. This horse needs that type of rider, and I suggest a little bit. The uglier you're riding, the better he goes. If he has those sweet type of runs, he looks vulnerable to me. But if he's made do it and put up on the speed and made run along a bit, he's hard to get past. And again, he's third up. Cherry Ripe out to 1,400. And gets his chance to bowl another one of these cutest races over. So good order. Work was really good Tuesday morning, quite sharp on the course proper, I thought. So he's as good as good as we can have him, I feel, third up going into this race. Should run super.
I reckon you're right. His work Tuesday morning was bloody good for him. He's not the best track worker, but also there's something in sort of last preparation. He was rising through the grades like early in his prep. He looked really sharp, but he only won a maiden, and then he won a 3-year-old handicap at the Gold Coast. Then he started to step into town. So it's harder to come back next prep after sort of rising through the grades, and then you're taking on good quality early in the prep when you're maybe not ready. Third up tomorrow, he is ready up to 1400, so he'll improve a stack, I reckon.
Yeah, it looks like you'll give them a real shake there. Race 5 Scout, absolutely. Trent, we'll stick with you, mate, with race 8. It's a Class 3 plate, 1,200 metres at the Sunny Coast, and they had 24 acceptances here. Huge acceptances. Thankfully, our two draw. Sorry?
Why wouldn't they split that race? Honestly, why wouldn't they have two fields of 12? Like, why? 24 runners. Like,
last race is at 9. The last race is at 9:15. So maybe that might be why. I don't know.
Yeah, we could have brought forward a race.
Could have started at 4:45. First race is 5:15 or 5:45. They could have started earlier. Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be a monster field. But
we're trainers, not programmers.
The good thing is normally if there's 24 acceptances, you'll draw 23 and 24. But these guys are doing Decisive Hearts drawn in 2. Robbie Frad, First Emergency, gets a run. She's a Boss. She's drawn 3. Maddie McGillivray. Fifth Emergency. She needs a couple more scratchings. But both look like live chances if they get a run.
Yeah, so She's a Boss is actually coming out of 2. Decisive Heart 3.
Yeah.
But look, Decisive Heart's actually been going really well. I thought first run from a freshen up, at Ipswich was really good on a hot speed. She'll be parked just off the speed and strong late. She won a maiden at this track and races well there. And She's a Boss. If she gets a run too, she needs a softer track, but I think there's something in that being at the Sunshine Coast where she's won a couple of races and she saves her best for there. Sunny Coast is a different track to basically anywhere in Queensland. It's always got good grass cover and it's a little bit more forgiving than everywhere else. So if you need a horse that needs a bit of sting out the ground like she does, you take them there and they generally race pretty well, Both go there in really good nick. I think they can probably fight the finish out, to be fair. If they both get a start, obviously Decisive Heart's in. She's a Boss. She makes a bit of a bungle out of the machines at times, which is annoying because it leaves her with a bit to do. She was slow out the other day and then got to the line beautifully. I think if she can sort of keep touch from that soft barrier and get in the clear at the right time, she'll be hitting the line really hard. So both of them, mares, pretty good chances to knock one off. They're both going good in the right race.
Yeah, I note that She's a Boss's 2 wins have come at that track and distance at the Sunny Coast, but she needs a bit of luck to get in the field. And she has, I think, later on she's got an acceptance there where she's going to start sort of $5 equal favourite. So she does have a couple of options for the weekend. Race 9 is a benchmark 85 handicap over 1,200 metres at the Sunshine Coast, Toby. Just quickly run through these before we dig a little deeper. TARDIS, The Pines, Thine is the Power. Am I right in saying Thine is the Power goes to the Silk Stocking?
Both Thine is the Power, TARDIS will run the Silk Stocking, and the Pines will be the only runner in that race at this stage. So unless something changes drastically, but the Pines race is good most of her form's been at the Sunshine Coast. She's been down on form at home, so we've decided to probably run her here, and if she can win this, we'll have a crack at the Helen Coghlan after that. So
cool.
We changed the gear a little bit this week, the Pines, and done a little bit more work with them than what we normally do. She normally works on her own. We put her in company. The same guy rides her work most mornings. He reported after the work that very sharp in company, at liven her ride up, added winkers to her gear. So we expect her to run well. Robbie rides her quite well, rides her nicely. He gets on with her. And she can race back there and charge home like she's a course record holder at the Sunny Coast. So we just need her to now. And I think most Trent and I both agree that most of the form, while she's down on form at home, she's just getting fit. You can see her. She's quite roomy and she's matured more into a mare, and we just think she's starting to get fit. So if we're correct, should be beating these. There you go.
Yeah, good stuff. I love it. She's been a bit indifferent her first 2 starts back, and like you say, the sunny coast. She's had 4 runs there over 1,200 meters for 4 wins, unbeaten. So as you can see, she just bang on when you say she likes the track. The Pines are raced by Ian and Kathy Matheson, named after a golf course, local golf course.
Yep, they live at Sanctuary Cove, and they've often got horses named after. They love their golf and great golfing couple. And then they've got a lot of friends in and around that race the Pines and the Palms. So they've named them after the 2 courses up at Sanctuary Cove. And there's a group of people that all play golf up there and live in that community and in that gated community up there, and all lovely people. And Ian bought both those fillies, the Palms. She won a race, wasn't quite up to it. We've since moved her on, and the Pines is his other purchase, which, her record is what it is. And, if we can get her back to a little bit of form, she's a stakes filly. So good luck to those, and hopefully I can get up for a hit with you guys at some stage shortly, which they enjoy.
Yeah,
Kathy always knocks us off. She's hits it straight up and down the middle. A lot of water out there. We lose, I lose a lot of ball.
You guys roll up with the drivers, and
Yeah.
she just plays the irons round here. I love it. Shout out to Ian and Kathy, great people, and good luck to all the owners of the Pines there, bouncing back to form in the lucky last at the Sunshine Coast. All right, it's a big day. The Gold Coast Saturday meeting, good for a 9-race card, part of the Queensland Winter Carnival program. We have 20 acceptances here across 6 races, a lot of dual acceptors, so we'll run through them, talk through the horses with the guys, and try and get pointed in the right direction. Race 1's a Class 3 plate over 1,200 metres. Trent, we have Heritage Sash, Fisticuffs, Decisive Heart, She's a Boss. Am I right in saying we're sort of leaning towards Heritage Sash and Fisticuffs running here?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. If we
Certainly
run
Heritage Sash.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're equal. They're sort of equal favourites in that race, those 2 horses. Heritage Sash drawn through Nick Keel. He's got the 60, but takes 2 off him with Nick Keel. As I said, equal sort of favourite around the 450 mark. He's been deadly for punters the last 2, just striking bad luck and things not going his way. He could have been 3 from his last 3 with a bit of luck in those Sedge-and-Ho colours. But he's drawn well here, drawn to get a peach. And the punters were pretty hard on young Nick Keel last time, so he'll be looking for a bit of redemption here, I'm sure.
We thought he made a blue the other day. We thought the jockey thought he possibly should have just kicked up inside those horses and not let them go to the front and clear him as easily and as quickly as he did. Let them dictate, let those 2 riders dictate to him in front. He only went down by a really small margin, but we feel if he was let the horse run along a bit, we'd have got a different result. As he loves to roll and does his best work by that way. So I'd suggest he can lead these up and control and be hard to run down. If there was one going to be knocking him off, it'd be Fisticuffs getting down the outside. I think so. I think we can run 1-2 there.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Very good. Trent, just quickly going back to Heritage Sash, track distance stats, 3 starts for 2 wins and a 3rd track and distance. So he obviously loves it at home there over the 1,200. Fisticuffs hasn't drawn as well, Trent, the last couple. He's drawn 12 here. No rider on, but am I right in saying Robbie Frad probably comes across from Decisive Heart and jumps on Fisticuffs?
Yeah, that's true. Robbie obviously will probably run Decisive Heart tomorrow night. Robbie will then ride Fisticuffs. Awkward draw. Leave it to Robbie to try and find a spot from there, and he'll be charging late. Has a big weight again, which is a little bit of a concern. But I will say that the rail's back in the true position, so we've got a lot of track to work with compared to probably his last start, particularly when he carried 60 and got out the back in a slowly run race. So I'm expecting him to make amends at his next run.
Yeah, very good. And from the barrier, mate, do you just have to go back from there, do you think? Or how do you see that? Just are you going to look at a map first?
Probably just have a look at the speed maps in the next day or so, and just basically Robbie can assess it and see where he gets to, really. I I'd say, yeah, he will be in the second half of the field. I think he finishes off much better when he's just tucked away a little bit and ridden a little bit steady. So that'd be my thinking. Probably midfield a little bit worse. Hopefully with a bit of cover and then charging down the middle.
Yeah, lovely. With even luck, those two horses, Fisticuffs beats Heritage Sash 6 out of 10 times. Would that be fair to say?
Yep.
I would assume so. Heritage Sash probably been front for a long way, and Fisticuffs has got a stack of ability.
Very good. All right, race 4 is a benchmark 72. Fillies and mares, 1,400 metres. We have a couple accepted here. Number 4, Sapora. Toby's she's drawn 6 here for Robbie Fradd. They've got her up at $17, and I don't think she's been that bad her last couple. I thought she might have been a little bit over the odds. She's been a bit unlucky. Drops back to racing against her own sex here, and she's run well at the track and distance before. She had 3 starts for a couple of seconds.
Yeah. So, in fairness to her, she probably just needs the track a little forgiving, as She's the Boss does. If it's quite firm, she may struggle. So, but she's going well. She ticked over nicely between runs, and even though she didn't figure in the placings the other day, that run just topped her off for this one, I think, and she should be cherry ripe and ready to go. So, from the barrier, she bangs up on the speed and races best that way. So, hopefully, we get a shower of rain and it can just take the edge off the track and she can stretch out nicely.
Yeah. Okay. Are we expecting a shower, lads?
I hope so, because historically, when the big days are here, this track across the road is bloody hard. So,
like a road, is it?
Yeah, a little bit of rain would be fantastic.
Okay, I'm looking around here. A little bit of cloud. We might get some. She's the boss in that same race, Tobe. She's drawn 5. Maddie McGillivray has been locked in there, accepted. She's $6, so they like her in the market. And she did hit the line very well last start, so you would have thought maybe the 1,400 metres might suit. But yeah, am I right in saying you'll go Sunny Coast if she gets the run, just trying to find the forgiving track?
That's right. So we've already touched on that. But if things turned around once again, we've got the ability to switch it to the Gold Coast. So as was Maslow and Global Citizen, whichever race we decide to run in, we're quite confident she can run really well. So let's wait and see which one we do actually decide to go to. It'll depend on what sort of rain we get here, or if we get any rain, that is.
Understood. Okay, keeping an open mind. Love it.
Yep.
All right, race 5 is a Class 6 plate over 1,200 metres. Trent have 3 engaged here. The Pines most likely goes to Sunny Coast. Thine is the Power, the Silk Stocking. So we'll hook into Maslow, who's number 5. He's drawn barrier 1 here. Jim Byrne aboard. Jim got back in some more winning form there yesterday. He's returned and got straight back in the winner's circle, which is great. There's a $6.50 chance here, taking on the likes of Saxagon, who obviously he raced against last time and was beaten by. But he's drawn well, always runs well and likes his home track.
Yeah, that's right. Only real reservation is keeping him at 1,200 third up. And as to whether or not he would be more adept at 14. On the flip side to that, Fine as the Power will go to the Silk Stocking. The Pines runs Friday night. I noticed Right or Wrong, I think, was in a listed race as well Friday night. So this race could fall away a bit, which would be quite cool.
Yeah.
And leave him a little less to do. So I just think the brilliance that he shows early in his prep, we learned a bit about him last time. We kept him to 1,200 third up and he got back and hit the line well, but we probably made the mistake of keeping him to the 12. We should have stepped him up pretty quickly. And in saying that, we've tried to keep him that little bit fresh in case we do run in this race. Give him a short maintenance gallop on Tuesday with Wisdom of Water, and we basically left him alone for the rest of the week. And just, he looks great. He's going well. Got a good jockey on from barrier 1. Jimmy doesn't make many mistakes, so clear running from the top of the straight, and hopefully can turn the tables on Soxagon. I think maybe Soxagon the other day come up the inside in the race, and Maslow tried to scout deep when the rail was out and get at him, and he was taking ground off him late. Probably expect Jimmy to tag him wherever he goes and get him down late. Be nice and strong.
Can I just add something to the last run of Maslow. The rail was out awfully a long way the other day, and we ran into that dodgy part of the track about the 500 metre mark where it went from good ground to ordinary ground, and it just took his balance away. And I think that other horse got through that. The eventual winner, Soxagon, got through that bit of the track okay, and it didn't halt his momentum. Whereas I think we just got a momentum halted or changed his action, whatever you want to call it. But certainly the margin wouldn't have been as great if we didn't hit that part of the track. So Saturday we get clean turf, rail back in, and 1200 is going to be awfully strong late.
Yeah, good luck to the owners of Maslow there. Looks a good chance in either race that the boys decide to run him in. Race 6, stick with your Toby, is the Ken Russell Memorial 1200 metres for the 2-year-olds. Number 1, Wisdom of Water, drawn 2. Robbie Fradd on again. He starts $1.70. And before the show, mate, I was saying, I felt a little bit nervous about him Saturday with a lot of expectations around his performance. And can you share with our viewers what you said to me?
I did say it won't matter. Don't stress about it. Like, you just beat them. But I'd imagine that's easy saying that Thursday morning. What do we get to Saturday? About 2:18 and a half, just before they go to jump. So we'll be quite edgy. In fairness, the horse has trained beautifully. Come through that. His first up win. Come through that nicely. He's stripped fit. He strips fitter. He's a colt. He's copped a bit of work, and he doesn't even know it. He's quite easy to train, to be truthful. The only thing he does from time to time is well documented. He can jack up or have a bit of a look around, but we can't fault him. Good barrier. If there's speed in the race, it doesn't matter. We can just sit back off them. If there's no speed in the race, we can take it up. So we obviously get to control this race somewhat, and as long as we get clear running somewhere in the straight, he's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Yeah, he posted a massive rating first up, and you'd have to think fitness-wise, like he was first up over 1,200 metres last start and posted a big rating. He's got to have improved off that, Tobe, has he?
Oh, for sure. Our horses generally do take a run or two, and for him to hit a rating of that number this early in his prep is means he's going really good, and we'd expect him to surpass that rating and go on to a rating he needs to be competitive in the Judge Atkins, which is a Group 1. So we think we're pretty confident we got him where we need him for this race, and with further improvement 3 weeks between the Ken Russell and the Judge Atkins, we're looking to get him to that number where he can win that as well. So looking forward to Saturday, and then on to Eagle Farm.
Yeah, perfect. Touch wood there. We can keep him together. He's a very, very promising colt. The Ken Russell starts off a chain of races there at the Gold Coast, really high class racing. We head to race 8, which is the Brandon's Gold Coast Guineas 1,200 metres. Trent, this is sponsored by Paul Felgate. Is that right?
I believe it is, yeah. Leviathan owner, I think we could call
putting
it.
it in, yeah. We've got a few chances in the Gold Coast Guineas, mate. A few that are accepted elsewhere as well. We have Ruka, Baroda, Zack Attack. They're all set to start. Is that correct?
That is true. All 3 of those will run. Ruka, he's third up, getting towards full fitness now. He's pretty much cherry ripe. I think Brad Stewart on is a big advantage, and he'll give him a good ride. I see some pretty nice speed in this race, to be fair, especially with a horse like the Odyssey, who's high quality and a high speed horse, drawing 14. Not going to ride him cold in a Group 3, are they? He'll be rolling forward. Our other filly, Zack Attack, barrier 5. She's quick in her own right. But in saying that, if something wants to go stupid and take her on, I think she proved first up that she can sit off them and be just as effective. So that's good that she's drawn soft to be able to get the chance to sort of control things a little bit. The other filly, Baroda, obviously we had her in at Rose Hill in the English Guineas as well, decided to keep her at home, keep her at 1,200. She'll be midfield with cover, maybe just a little bit worse than midfield with cover. I think her last win suggested to us all that she's not a one-trick pony of being sort of on speed and toughing it out. She was able to settle off what was a really pedestrian speed and hit the line hard and was too good for them on that occasion. So all three of those are sort of either at their peak or not far off it. And as we mentioned previous, this is what we try and do with these sort of home track meetings is to try and have them peaking on the big days here at home, because you obviously, if we can win a feature race at home, it's a huge thrill. So all three of them certainly with a chance. I'm going to sit on the fence as to picking one though.
They're all, yeah, like you say,
Don't
they're all
ask.
sort of second up. Ruka, just quickly talking through. So Ruka's 7. He was held up at a bad stage last time. From 7, Brad Stewart, he probably mid-pack somewhere there with Brad reeling out, trying to get to the outside of runners and getting the last sort of crack at them. Late Baroda, 13, just tries to, maybe she finds sort of a back of something and it can cart her into the race. Zack Attack from 5, sort of towards the front of the midfield and is somewhere near the pace from 5. Is that sort of where you see them running?
Yes, yep, for sure. Yep, no, that's about it. With
right. And what about the price? Rook at $23. Sorry.
Yeah, just have to have a look at the map, to be fair, Bruce, when we have a look at them a bit later. Scathing's drawn inside and it likes to go forward as well from barrier 6. Zack Attack 5. So Ruka might be midfield, just maybe a little bit closer, pretty comfortably, and just waiting to pounce, to be fair. But yeah, that's basically how we see it, pretty much.
$23 Ruka, $18 Baroda, $34 Zack Attack, and all solid each way chances, you think?
To be honest, I can't believe the price of Baroda. If that's what it is, high class filly with some pretty good form and has yet to run a bad one. So, you know, she be a pretty good each way bet, I think.
$18, yeah, love it. All right, would love nothing more than to hold up the Brandon's Gold Coast Guineas Trophy. That's for sure. Have that in the cabinet would be a nice one. Lovely race, that good race. Can't wait for it. And 3 live chances for the guys. Race 9's a Silk Stocking, Toby. 1,200 metres for the fillies and mares, the speedy fillies and mares. And you've got a couple of fillies mares lining up here, trying to jag some valuable black type for their future breeding careers. You've got number 16, TARDIS, who's drawn 3. Steph Thornton aboard. Number 17, Thine is the Power, drawn barrier 2. Those are going to be the 2 runners, I think, for us in the race. Touching on TARDIS quickly, they got her at $51, but she's a super consistent mare, this, and she loves the distance and she loves her home track, and she's drawn to get a really soft run from 3.
Yeah, so no weight, drops down to 54 kilos with Steph Thornton. Look, she's another one that if a shower of rain comes, she could bowl these over at big odds, or figure in the finish anyway. You know, she's gonna be up on the speed and making her own luck. And if there's any hard luck story, she might be able to knock bowl these over if we're, you know, as I mentioned, with a bit of luck. She's going extremely well. We've saved her for this race. As you say, it's very important this time of the year for these fillies and mares. You know, that probably is their last chance of getting black type for before they head off to stud or something. So if she can snag a bit of black type here, it'd be great for the owner or the owners. And we're confident she can run well. We've got her as good as we can have her.
And Blinker's first time. Well,
that's right. Blinker's first time. So we've tinkered with a bit of gear. Hopefully that works. And you know, I'd love a shower rain for her though. That's what will bring her into the race if it does rain.
Got it. Okay, yeah, she gets a little shot of black type there. TARDIS, number 17 is Line of the Power Type. She's been with us for 2 runs, both wins and impressive wins. This daughter of Street Boss, and she's drawn nicely in barrier 2. They've got her a $13 chance currently in the market. Yeah.
So once similar type thing to TARDIS, just we're really hoping to snag a bit of black type here. The guys sent her up to us from Lindsay Park, trying to get her back into a bit of form, or not back into form. I'm not saying she was out of form, but certainly with a little less class here, and she's been able to get bowl 2 over, and she goes into this race, you know, drawn well, and we can't have her going any better. So, you know, similar scenario to TARDIS. They're both around the same level, and could figure in the finish as they make their own luck.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that speaks volumes, guys. I mean, you look through the runners, they're all hitting this feature meeting, second, third up in their best form they can possibly be. And now it's just a bit of luck and some good rides, and hopefully we can nail some good results at the Gold Coast there on Saturday. So good luck to all the Edmonds racing owners. Really, really excited about Saturday. Guys, Sunday is Ipswich. Acceptances will be through a bit later on. Got quite a few accepting there. I'll just run through the names quickly, and if you want to pick out one each for me to follow on Sunday. Nemingar, She's a Boss, Just Jesse, Cool Wedge, In Waves, Brocky, Rothman, Cuban Mint, and the return of Tactical Move.
I'll go.
Toby.
I'll go Just Jesse. Can I put in another one?
Sure.
No, one only. Don't be greedy.
Okay, mate, just Jesse's mine.
All right, what's yours, Trent? Yours was Just Jesse too, wasn't it?
No, I'm going to go a Smoky that hasn't been seen for a while. Tactical Move. If he draws soft, huge chance.
Okay,
Wow.
Nice. The on-track team. It'd be great if the on-track colours can get up a couple of times this weekend, especially with Baroda on Saturday. Toe, who was your other one out of interest?
That was my other one.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hand over to Clint Chipsey now from Sportsbet. Last week, guys, you both got your best bets up. So no doubt Clint's got plenty in store for you this week. Enjoy. See you later on.
Thanks, Bruce. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Bruce, and welcome to Sportsbet Charity Bet of the Week. G'day to you, Toby and Trent. Guys, last week, well, you both scored with your Charity Bet of the Week. And Trent, mate, you were able to double down with the $200 bet on the drinks cart, who absolutely bolted in at $2 in our top tote. So, mate, that takes you up to a grand total of $695 for MND Australia. You're catching your dad there, mate, too. So well done.
It's about time. I needed the double down, to be fair. What's he on?
Mate, well, Varna Girl obviously was Toby's pick last week in the Dooban Guineas. $2.70 on our top totes. So, Toby, mate, you're at $725 for Brave Hearts Australia. So, the margin is closing, guys. Time to get ahead, Trent.
Double down.
No, we can't.
Oh, yeah.
I missed one, so...
Yeah, Loving Miss got scratched at the barriers a few back. So, you know, Twitter went mad and thought we need to give Trent another shot. So we doubled down.
Beautiful. Very good.
And Trent, we'll start with you, mate, for this week. Who's your Sportsbet Charity Bet of the Week?
Baroda for me. Clint. Very nice filly.
That's Baroda. Yeah, nice. That's in, obviously, the Gold Coast Guineas, mate, on Saturday. Very competitive race.
Yep,
and looks like we got Baroda at a $14 chance currently with Sportsbet fixed odds. Toby, your Sportsbet Charity Bet of the Week, mate?
One goes around at Ipswich on Sunday is a filly called Just Jessie, who won there at the last start, and looks like she's going very, very good to me. So I've gone for the cheaper option, if it is a cheap option on a not on such a big day.
Brilliant. So that's Just Jessie for Toby at Ipswich on Sunday. Markets obviously will come out shortly for Sunday. All right, guys. Well, best of luck to you both for this weekend. Obviously, chasing your record. So best of luck to you for both of that, and to the team and the rest of the owners with the camp. Now, Bruce would have mentioned also, guys, earlier in the segment this weekend at Sportsbet, we are rolling out the red carpet to all Edmonds owners for all runners this weekend. So please make sure you send me an email to register your horse, and I'll be in contact. Until then, stay well. See you next week. And as always, gamble responsibly.